She will praise your strength, then secretly resent it. She'll ask for honesty, then punish you when it cuts too deep. And when you give her your heart, she'll test how easily she can crush it. This is the silent war most men never speak of. And the only weapon you have? Words, surgical, emotionally calibrated compliments that bypass her defenses and sink into her fantasy. In this video, you'll learn 3 compliments that flip female psychology, trigger desire through emotional control, and reframe you as the man she can't stop craving. Not desperate praise, not needy flattery, but psychologically loaded truths that slip under her radar and anchor you inside her imagination. The Stoics taught, power lies not in reacting to women, but in observing their nature without blinking. Compliments aren't approval. They're tools of value as a man, masculine frame and relationship power dynamics. The only question is, can you speak desire without needing her? Point number 1. The compliment that signals dangerous self-control. Have you ever noticed how a woman hugs you just a little tighter, right after she's made you doubt yourself? When her affection comes wrapped in silence, not apology. When her warmth feels like a distraction, not a solution. There's a moment in every man's life where the hug isn't comfortable. It's a test. Silent, calculated, subconscious maybe, but real. And most men fail it without ever realizing, because the test isn't in what she says. It's in how quickly you relax. How quickly you need her softness to soothe your confusion. You think she's forgiving you. In truth, she's watching if you've forgiven yourself. If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it, and this you have the power to revoke. Marcus Aurelius said that not in a speech but in a journal entry to himself. A whisper to stay composed when the world pressed in. The same applies to her hug. Her body wrapped around you isn't peaceful. It's pressure. Can you hold your frame while being touched by the very thing that unsettles you? The Stoics trained in this kind of war. Cato, facing ridicule and sabotage, walked barefoot through the streets of Rome. Not because he had to, but because detachment was power. He refused to be softened by comfort. Today your battleground is different. It's the pause between her silence and her smile. It's the emotional withdrawal after a fight. The cold affection that leaves you questioning your value as a man. Modern female psychology is layered. She may not consciously test you, but evolution speaks through her uncertainty. She wants to feel your core unshaken, not your words, not your apologies, your essence. And when you fold, when you break the silence to chase clarity, when you use her hug as validation instead of remaining on the mountain, she knows. She won't say it, but something in her instinctively recoils. You became the child seeking warmth, not the man commanding it. This is why Stoic detachment isn't coldness, it's masculine control. To feel her arms around you and still hold emotional discipline, to not collapse into comfort just because it's offered. In relationship power dynamics, this is the reversal most men never see. They think regaining her affection means winning her back. But often, it means she's already decided and she's watching, if you'll self-destruct with hope. The truth is, a man's frame is most tested in stillness, not in arguments, but in what he does after. Does he beg for resolution? Or does he remain unmoved, focused, silent, master of his direction? Every time you treat her softness as your compass, you lose ground. Emotional training begins here. Reframe affection as noise. Her hug is not your verdict. It's a mirror. Can you stay detached even while being held? So the next time she wraps herself around you after pulling away emotionally, ask yourself not what she feels, but what she's looking for, and more importantly, what you need. Would you still feel powerful if she let go? But most men never get this far, because the next compliment they give is the one that destroys their mystery. Here's how to flip that craving into obsession. Point number 2, the compliment that mirrors her deeper craving. Why does she light up when a man sees what she never says out loud, but shuts down? When a man gives her everything she claims to want, why does praise from a weak man repel her, while silence from a grounded one haunts her? It's not the attention she craves. It's a reflection, a mirror, but not of her surface, her soul's chaos. And most men, desperate for closeness, smother her with compliments that betray one thing. They don't see her truth. They only see her beauty, and beauty to her is currency, not clarity. The real compliment she craves? It's not "you're beautiful." She's heard that 1,000 times from men who wanted something. It's the one that whispers, "I see the war behind your eyes and I'm not afraid of it." That's the one she remembers, because that's the one that sees her and doesn't flinch. We are more often frightened than hurt, and we suffer more in imagination than in reality. Seneca wrote that not for others, but for himself. To remember that fear twists perception, so when she's unpredictable, when she pushes and pulls, when she tests with silence, it's not manipulation. It's fear. She's protecting her feminine vulnerability. And when a man speaks to the chaos beneath her mask without trying to fix it, he becomes unforgettable. The Stoics didn't preach numbness. They practiced depth. Epictetus taught his students to examine impulses without reacting, to understand before engaging. In modern terms, this means not responding to her coldness with insecurity, not chasing approval when she seems withdrawn, but instead, watching, listening, noticing what she won't say. And then, if you speak a single compliment, not about her looks, not about her body, but about her being, tell her you carry too much in silence, or you move like someone who's been through war and won, but still feels the scars. That's the kind of compliment that bypasses her defenses, because it's not validation, it's recognition. And female psychology craves recognition from masculine control, not emotional submission. This is where emotional discipline matters. The ability to compliment her soul without needing her response. You offer the reflection and walk away. No expectation. That's Stoic silence. That's power. In relationship power dynamics, the man who needs her to light up from his words has already lost the frame. The one who plants the emotional seed and walks back into his mission, that's the one who haunts her mind. Because in truth, every woman holds a deeper craving to be seen and still desired, not just for her beauty, but for her burden. And only a rare man, anchored in Stoic detachment, can make her feel safe enough to admit she even wants that. So the next time you feel the urge to praise her, ask yourself, are you doing it to be liked? Or are you giving her the one gift she can't ask for? Are you willing to speak to her shadow and leave her wondering if you've seen too much? Because the final compliment isn't words at all. It's absence and mystery. Here's how to make her chase the one thing she'll never admit. Not your praise, but your distance. Point number 3. The compliment that makes her chase your mystery. She doesn't fall for men who give too much. She falls for the ones who give just enough to make her doubt what it meant. She doesn't obsess over certainty. She obsesses over confusion wrapped in confidence. The compliment that makes her chase isn't loud. It's surgical, slight, offbeat. It lingers in the back of her mind because it doesn't quite resolve. And that's the point. It mirrors how she feels about you. You say it once, calmly, unattached. Then you pull back into silence. No follow-up, no smile. Just stillness. It creates an echo she can't quiet. Don't explain your philosophy. Embody it. Epictetus wasn't telling you to speak less. He was warning you. Truth that's lived is louder than truth that's spoken. Mystery lives in emotional restraint. You don't convince her. You unsettle her assumptions with precision. One well-placed phrase, and you vanish. That's power. Ancient Stoics didn't play games, but they understood perception. When Zeno taught in silence, he forced students to wrestle with themselves, not him. He created space for the mind to chase its own meaning. Women do the same. They chase the implication, not the man. So what does this look like now? She's dressed up. She wants to be praised. She's used to men fumbling compliments like hungry dogs, but you don't bite. You pause, then calmly say, "There's something dangerous about the way you walk into a room. Like you're hiding something you want to be found." Then stop, look at nothing. Go back to your drink. Shift the topic. That's not a compliment, it's a loaded silence. It triggers everything female psychology is wired to respond to. Ambiguity, curiosity, ego tension. But more than that, it comes from masculine control. A man grounded in his value doesn't hand over his attention freely. He offers a glimpse, then returns to indifference. This is where Stoic detachment becomes lethal. You're not cold. You're unpredictable, still, focused. You speak only to create motion inside her. That's relationship power dynamics, reversed. She begins to wonder, what did he see? Why did he say that? Did he mean it? And that's the game most men never learn. You're not supposed to be understood fully. You're supposed to be studying, to become unforgettable. Emotional discipline is your shield. You drop compliments like coded messages, not desperate confessions. Because the man who can trigger her mind without losing his own becomes the story she tells herself at night. So the next time you feel the urge to give her something beautiful, ask, can you say it in a way that makes her chase the meaning instead of the man? Can you compliment her in a way that says everything and explains nothing? Because mystery isn't silence. It's the refusal to resolve tension. And now that she's chasing the unknown, what happens when you vanish entirely? So here's the truth most men never hear. The most powerful compliment isn't about her. It's about your restraint. You think praise makes her feel seen. It doesn't, it makes you feel useful. What makes her crave you is what you withhold with intention. In every hug, she's watching your emotional control. In every silence, she's feeling your masculine frame. And in every compliment, she's measuring whether you're giving her comfort or pulling her deeper into your mystery. Say what no weak man dares to say, then say nothing at all. That's how she remembers you. That's how she starts to fantasize. And that's how you stop chasing and become the one chased. But this isn't just about women. It's about you, your stoic detachment, your discipline, your war with yourself. Because until you master silence, you'll always lose your power trying to be heard. If this hits you in a place you don't talk about, good. That means there's work to do. This channel isn't about tricks. It's about waking men up from quiet suffering and turning emotional chaos into tactical clarity. If you're tired of confusion, tired of begging for peace, tired of not knowing where the line is between strength and surrender, subscribe to Stoic Truth. Because here, we don't chase women, we train men. New videos weekly. No fluff, no validation. Just emotional warfare, stoic weaponry, and unfiltered truth. You're not here to be liked. You're here to become untouchable. Subscribe to Stoic Truth. Stay dangerous. Stay silent.